Vanakkam Makkale, happy day guys. This is Pungavide Kalamegam from Inspiring Imprints. As part of Facts Friday, we are going to see about DevOps. Okay. Before moving on what DevOps is, I'm going to tell you a cutie story. Muller Constructions has approached Zen Analytics to create an app which triggers an alarm whenever their construction workers are not wearing safety gadgets. Okay, now Zen Analytics have prepared a very strong development team which would be working on this project, and then it also sets up an operations team which would be handling the infrastructural needs. So all done vigorously, the development team has developed the entire project, tested it in the premises of Zen Analytics, and now it's ready for production release. In the operations end, all the cameras, the servers, everything is set up in the construction place of Muller Constructions, right? So all's done. Now the project is being deployed in the production environment. Everybody is finger crossed and waiting for the result of the project. Unfortunately, it's a big boom, okay, disaster. Why? Because the cameras that were set up by few cameras that were set up by the operations team did not have the configuration that was foreseen by the developers. So it was different, and hence the project didn't work well. So why this happens is because there was nobody to liaison between the development team and the operations team. This is why this particular problem has arisen. So our hero comes, DevOps guy.
So why is DevOps so important? If you could see this region, nearly 50% of the time is invested on deployment management and incident management. So this creates a big need for DevOps guys. And infrastructure as code has brought in lots of automation on deployment management, reducing this time to market a lot. Continuous delivery and the culture of collaboration has made DevOps a big hit. Culture. How is it a culture? We have brought in collaboration and communication. This has to become a habit, a culture. Otherwise, DevOps will not be a big hit. And there should be a trust and honest openness between the teams. Operate and development team. So this is licensed by the DevOps guys, and the operations team should understand change is for the betterment of business, and it has to use the appropriate tools to bring in the automation in infrastructure. Transparency and accountability is also put in place. Why? Because the development team should understand that the huge scaling in infrastructure is a part of things that has to be done from the development end. And there is no blame on anything, and whatever be the failure, whether it's from the operation end or from the development end, it has to be dealt in a right way. And grassroots innovations and rewarding good behaviors are part of DevOps. So DevOps is indeed a superhero.
Let's revisit the history. Initially, customers used to give the requirements, and the developers worked upon the requirements. Testers would test the project, and then there would be an infrastructure guy who would be deploying the project in the user's system. This was waterfall model. Then V model, wherein the developers and the testers worked in parallel. That done, there was a need for faster to market, complex systems. This paved way to agile methodology, wherein there was a collaboration that was set up between the customers and the developers. Now, always operations and the developer collaboration was never foreseen before cloud. Why? Why? Because digital consumers are getting increased every day. Also, people who want more on storage, the infrastructural need, the complexity of the infrastructure has become more and more over the past 10 years. So, to make already development and operations, there is a huge gap. Now, with cloud and new complexities in place, we need a very, very huge superhero.
Let's quickly see the difference between development and operations team. Development guy would be very keen on checking how this application is performing well. Okay, and in the operations end, it would be more focused on the availability of the application for all the users. And end user analytics from a development guy is like how well the business is thriving after this application has been put on place. However, for an operations guy, is the performance of this application has given the end user the satisfaction, is what he thinks. And quality of code, important thing that is of concern for a developer. Here, how many errors have come up after the deployment for operations guy. Code level error is something that would bug a developer. However, if the application fails in the end user system, that is when the operation guy gets pissed off.
This superhero is nobody but our DevOps guys. Okay. Most importantly, DevOps promotes a collaborative environment wherein the software is error free and performance efficient, more importantly, faster and user centric.
Application starts with coding, then you create a build and push it onto the testing team. After that, you plan for a release, get it deployed in the end user system, and it moves on to the operations team to monitor how it's all working fine. Okay, then when you're monitoring, there could be something more that has to be done to the code. So you plan again, code, build, test, deploy, it goes on and on, right? So this is continuous development, and you do a continuous testing, and you do a continuous integration of whatever you have tested and continuously deploy it in the user system. Do a continuous monitoring. This is all about DevOps. You have hell lots of tools to make it all very easy. If you see in out of 6 phases and 2 interim phases that you have, there are nearly 18 odd that I have listed. There are many tools. Now, if you're asking me if one has to master all these tools, no, you need not master all these tools. Let me give an example. See, it's a developer who would code. There is a tester who would be creating test cases. There are people who are cloud experts to deploy. Now, what is this DevOps guy is going to do? He is the person who would be playing the role of a consultant. He must be knowing the tools properly to rightly give the option of Kubernetes is the right option for operate. Jenkins is the right option for integration, and Git is the right option for configuration management. These are the things that, and when there are problems with configuration management, he has to jump in to solve the problem. So he has to know about the tools more than how to use the tools to do a configuration management. Got the point? These are the certifications that are available for any fresher. Deploy specialist, when you do a Docker certified associate, you could become an operate specialist if you're doing Puppet or Kubernetes certification. Apart from that, you have AWS, Azure and GCPs specific to their service. So have a multi-cloud DevOps specialization certification given by HashiCorp.
So in short, we saw what is DevOps, the certifications that would help you, also the salary that a fresher would be getting. All the very best, guys. Thanks for watching. Till I meet you in the next video. Bye.